For the past 10 years, some of La Mirada High School's best athletes have come from the cross-country and track programs. And for the past 3 years, La Mirada has been blessed with arguably their best girls runner in history, in senior Stephanie Felix. Ironically, Stephanie first joined track her freshman year to stay in shape for basketball. And it was later that year where she was first recruited to join the cross-country squad.
Our coach Andreas, at the time, he was coaching us in the 4x4, and I couldn't be at practice one day, so he asked me to do a 2-mile time trial. And so me and my dad, we went to Viola's track, and he timed it for me. And I didn't know it was fast actually, but I told him my time, my coach, and he was like, wow, that's pretty fast for not having any training. So he was like, why don't you try coming out for cross country this summer? So I did, and that's how it all started.
In her sophomore year, Felix boomed out of the gate, winning 3 different Suburban League championships. 1 in cross country and 2 in track, winning both the mile and 2-mile. Even with all of Stephanie's rookie success, she still felt there was much more work to be done.
I just knew I wanted to improve and get better, and especially from sophomore year not making it to state in cross country, I was just really, that became my goal for cross country the next year. And I was more excited and pumped for the next year because I had such a good starting year, and I just wanted to get better and better.
Stephanie credits her teammates for their constant support throughout the past 3 years. And while sometimes people can consider running to be an individual sport, Stephanie has never lost the concept of a full team effort from her and her teammates.
All of them are really supportive, and they would come to races that they might not be racing at, and they would come and watch me. And even like the boys, even though it seems like the girls and boys might be separated, like the boys and the girls, and I'd practice with the boys a lot, and they'd push me, and my whole team, they've all been like really supportive of me and encouraging. And I just I would put kind of like pressure on myself too, because I know that some of them look up to me, and they've told me so. I just wanted to keep that in my head a lot of times when I was performing, so that's kind of how they pushed me indirectly, because I wanted to perform well and show them that all our hard work pays off and that they could do it too.
Despite having a constant training schedule throughout the school year in athletics, Stephanie maintained an incredible 4.5 GPA, which placed her 6th in the 2008 graduating La Mirada High School class.
It's not so much that I'm not really lazy, so when it came to school, I'm not the kind of person that can ignore that I have homework and just not do it. I really don't understand how a lot of people do that, so it was a lot of time management. So like after practice, I'd come home, eat something, and then start homework and pretty much work until I went to sleep. And it wasn't so much hard as it was time consuming, so it's just all about time management.
Stephanie's biggest support throughout her high school years has come from her family, who have made her experiences with running even more memorable than she could have imagined.
The whole family is really supportive of all my running and stuff, and my mom and dad, they had never really known a lot about cross country, and they're the kind of people that like once we get into a new sport, they like do all the research and they find out everything that's going on in it. So my mom and my dad became like big, huge fans of running, and they're my biggest fans. And then my sister would come to like all my races with my parents, and she'd be running across the courses, cheering for me, especially like with cross country, because you have to go from here to there. So she even made a megaphone for me so they could.
I'd be running up the hills when she's running up the long way, and she'd still beat me, and I'm like, gosh darn it! And I finally I made a megaphone because I wanted her to hear me farther down the thing than I could yell, even though I am loud, I know, but my voice doesn't carry that far, so I made that megaphone for her.
At the end of Felix's junior year, there were scholarship offers of all different sorts to consider. Right after cross country of her senior year, Loyola Marymount University was where Felix felt she could be close to home and have a great collegiate experience.
I'm really excited for everything. This summer we start training, and our coaches have sent us our schedules of what we have to do, and I've looked it over, and I'm excited to, it sounds sad to leave La Mirada, but to move on. And I'm going to miss La Mirada, of course, and I actually race with a couple of my future teammates at LMU, and we've cooled down after races together, and we're talking about how we're all excited for LMU, and I think we're gonna have a really strong team next year, and so I'm excited to get that started.
Stephanie will attend LMU on a full academic and athletic scholarship next fall. While she hasn't decided on a major just yet, she can't wait to begin a new chapter in her life. We'll be right back with the second half of the 6:05 game right here from Cerritos College after this commercial break.